A Korean mercenary falls in love with an Iraqi girl, but she is eliminated by a gang selling weapons under the patronage of a deputy. Returning to his homeland, the mercenary becomes the bodyguard of the daughter of a famous politician and tries to execute his rival to avenge his spoiled personal life. Kim Jae-ha is a Blackstone PMCS mercenary who performs special missions in Iraq. The soldier is in love with a local girl named Rania, and after another assignment comes to her to confess his feelings. Kim informs that he needs to return to South Korea, as the mission has come to an end, and offers the girl to go with him, making a marriage proposal. Full of love, Rania takes off her hijab to show the man her face, after which she admits that their feelings are mutual and agrees to become the wife of a Korean mercenary. A little later, it becomes known that Rania works as a translator at a military base, helping to conclude deals on the purchase and sale of weapons. This time, a high-ranking South Korean politician and a businessman from Iraq met in the tent. Upon completion of the transaction, the politician orders the execution of the girl as an undesirable witness. Trying to do this outside the base, the guards throw a bag over Rania's head and take the girl away in an unknown direction. Kim goes after them, but finds the lifeless body of beloved and cries, grieving over what happened. Soldiers arrive at the scene and arrest the mercenary, claiming that he took the girl's life. In another scene, we meet a little girl named Anna, who witnessed that painful act. Unknown persons took the life of the girl's mother, after which she was sent to a monastery to be raised by nuns. Years pass, and the girl runs away from the church more and more often, not wanting to live by their rules. Meanwhile, we see the Korean mercenary hiding from justice again. As it turned out, Kim, better known by the nickname K2, was able to escape from the police and return to South Korea. Realizing that they will be looking for him, the wounded man leads the life of a hermit and hides his face from surveillance cameras. Anna escapes from her pursuer and accidentally collides with Kim, which causes her to fall to the ground. When she sees that there is a Korean in front of her, the girl asks for help and takes her back to her father. She also reports that she is being pursued by unknown people who want to harm Anna. Kim is not ready to interfere in conflicts, so he apologizes to the girl and leaves. Meanwhile, Group continues to pursue Anna, which is why she has to hide. At some point, one of the men finds the girl and grabs her hand. At the same time, Kim appears here, who decided to return to protect Anna. A fierce fight begins between the men, during which they use different techniques and types of martial arts to defeat the enemy. As a result, Kim turns out to be stronger and takes the life of the lawbreaker, informing Anna that she is now safe and can go home. Despite this, the girl begs not to leave her alone and help her meet her father. The police arrive at the scene and try to arrest Kim, but he beats them up and escapes from the subway. When he goes outside, he sees Anna in the car, begging for help, but does nothing and just leaves. Sometime later, the former mercenary starts working in the workshop. The manager calls Kim and asks him to come and edit the sign. When a man appears in the office of the company, the guard stops him, not letting him inside. An elderly cleaning lady stands up for Kim, pointing out that he was sent to them to work with a billboard. Climbing to the roof, the former mercenary ties himself with a rope and jumps down, shocking the guard with his physical fitness. After going down a few floors below, Kim adjusts the poster with the image of the presidential candidate, when suddenly he notices a woman and a man in one of the hotel rooms. At the same time, a group of men in black leads into the building and attacks the guards, taking the lives of everyone in their path. Kim sees a crowd of armed men break into one of the floors of the building and take the life of an innocent cleaner. Angry, the former mercenary knocks out the glass and bursts into the room, where he gets into a fight with several lawbreakers. Soon, the presidential candidate's guards arrive at the scene and block the entrances to catch all the lawbreakers. The head of security meets Kim and is amazed at how such a strong and well-trained fighter can work in the workshop. Meanwhile, the parliamentarian's wife watches a news story about what happened and calls her husband, saying that they should take the life of a worker because he saw something that should not be. The head of the security service reviews the footage and realizes that Kim is a former mercenary who easily dealt with them. The director of the company instructs the guards to take Kim's life, and they begin to search every room in the building. Acting insidiously, Kim lures the guards into a trap one at a time and takes their lives. The head of security and the director of the company are amazed by this and try to throw all their strength at catching Kim, but he manages to cope with the guards and escape unharmed. Meanwhile, a presidential candidate named Chan returns home and meets his wife reading a book. He informs Choi that their daughter has run away again, and this is a problem that needs to be solved as soon as possible. The man has no time to do this, so he asks his wife to go to the monastery and find Anna without harming her. At the same time, Anna manages to escape again. The girl sees a car chasing her and tries to hide, when suddenly she finds herself in the middle of the road. The driver stops and starts blinking the light, not knowing that the girl has a fear of flickering, and it seems to paralyze her. A rich man with two girls gets out of the car, who does not pose a threat to Anna. He calms the girl down and takes a photo of Anna, after which he leaves, examining the picture. The former mercenary continues to elude the security cameras and disguises himself in a stolen military uniform to hide among the crowd of people. Choi orders the head of security to find Kim as soon as possible and take his life, but the man offers a more rational option. A former mercenary is difficult to track down and even more difficult to take his life, so he suggests using him for good. The head of the guard is sure that Kim will make an excellent bodyguard because he is one of the best soldiers he has ever met. The secretary informs Choi that one of the famous designers posted a photo of a sad Korean angel. After seeing the photo, the woman realizes that she is talking about her runaway daughter. At the same time, Kim helps an old man whose car broke down and then goes to his farm to spend the night. At night, a man wakes up because of the crying of an old woman and realizes that their son was born, who fell asleep forever. The old people are grieving over what happened and drink, missing their late son. Going out into the garden, the old man asks Kim to cut down trees, believing that they will soon wither due to an unknown disease. While the girl, pumped up with not lawful substances, is being transported on a plane to Korea, the old man sees that Kim has decided not to cut down trees, but to treat them. The former mercenary helps with the spraying and goes to the store to buy the materials needed for further care. As soon as he leaves, a lawbreaker appears in the old people's house, who ties up an elderly couple and interrogates them, trying to find out where Kim is. The old men don't say anything, so the lawbreaker threatens them by pouring gasoline on the man and woman. He is ready to set fire to the list, but at that moment, Kim returns to the farm and attacks the lawbreaker. The former mercenary beats up the stranger and ties him up, after which he begins the interrogation. The lawbreaker admits that he was sent by Choi, the wife of the presidential candidate and Anna's stepmother. At the same time, Choi brings Anna, unable to move and speak, to the politician's house. The girl is in a wheelchair because of the funny pills that she was made to drink to suppress the will to resist. After recovering a little, Anna tries to quarrel with her evil and cruel stepmother, but Choi believes that in this way, she shows her care, and the girl should be grateful to her. Kim arrives at the presidential candidate's house and attacks the guards. After disarming the guards, the former mercenary breaks into the house and comes face to face with Choi. The woman says she would like to meet him under different circumstances and is amazed by Kim's courage. In turn, the former mercenary asks her to stop chasing him and stay away from the old people. Otherwise, he will return and punish her for such audacity. Kim promises to take Choi's life if she harms anyone, but at that moment, armed guards burst into the room and surround the former mercenary. The guards put a gun to Kim's temple so that he would be obedient and not do anything stupid. Choi calls the former mercenary a brave fool because he came to her house for nothing. The woman orders the guards to take Kim's life and bury him somewhere in the forest. Having captured the former mercenary, the guards send him to the trunk, unaware that there were police officers near the house. While the guards solve the problem with the policeman, Kim finds car oil and waters his hands to slip out of the handcuffs. As soon as the trunk opens, the mercenary attacks the guards and beats them up. After picking up the gun, Kim returns to the house to meet Choi again. The woman is shocked and can't say anything, afraid that Kim will pull the trigger and take her life. The mercenary recalls his warning and threatens Choi, as she did a stupid thing that he warned her about in advance. Appearing in the common room, Anna witnesses what is happening and asks Kim to shoot, taking the life of her evil stepmother. After seeing the charming girl, the mercenary remembers her and how he saved Anna at the subway station. Soon, even more armed guards appear in the house, and Kim has to take Choi hostage, threatening her life. The deputy's wife's assistant asks the guards to obey, so they put the weapon on the ground and let Kim escape. Before leaving, He informs Choi that he recorded their conversation on a dictaphone, and if she harms someone, he will send this recording to all the media, which will destroy her authority. A little later, Choi drives away and notices that a man on a motorcycle is following her. It soon turns out that this is a lawbreaker and a computer expert who hacks into the car's system. A man on a motorcycle causes the car to accelerate, which leads to a car accident. Choi's car flips over and explodes, but Kim manages to pull out and save the woman. Sometime later, the mercenary wakes up chained to a hospital bed and realizes that he cannot move. The head of the guard realizes that this man does not pose a threat and unties the straps to free him. At this time, journalists are trying to interview sad presidential candidate Chan, who is grieving over the assassination attempt on his wife. The man does not want to risk his family and declares that he will most likely withdraw from the presidential race. Soon, Park, the second candidate, arrives here. He talks to the press and claims that he has nothing to do with the accident, as he considers family the most valuable thing in a person's life and could not commit such things. Meanwhile, the head of security invites Kim to join them, because he is a professional mercenary who is able to professionally perform the assigned tasks. Kim refuses, believing that he is not ready for this, and goes to the elevator, where he meets Park in front of him. He recognizes the candidate as the same politician who was in Iraq and ordered Rania's life to be taken. Having lost control of himself, Kim beats up the guards and grabs a gun, pointing it at Park. At the same moment, it becomes clear that these are only the dreams of a mercenary, since he is too weak to fight and loses consciousness. Sometime later, Kim tracks down Park to take his life. He attacks one of the guards, but realizes that he cannot cope and tries to escape. The head of security and Choi meet the man at the exit and help him escape. The woman admits that Kim is very strong, but does not know how to take revenge at all. Choi is well aware that Park organized the assassination attempt on her, so he suggests that Kim join forces to take revenge on the enemy. A couple of days later, Kim shows up at the company's office and goes to the shower. The guards see the man who beat them recently and decide to take revenge, but fail, as the former mercenary easily copes with them again. A little later, the head of security gathers subordinates in one of the offices and distributes responsibilities. Anna is constantly running away from home, and to prevent this, a bodyguard will be assigned to her. The girl finds out that this person will be Kim and rejoices, considering him a good person. Upon arriving at Jang and Choi's house, Kim begins to monitor the girl through surveillance cameras, ensuring her safety. In the evening, the bodyguard sees that Anna is preparing dinner and decides to go out on the balcony to smoke. Noticing a shadow over the house, he hurries there and is surprised when he finds a girl in the company of a small kitten. The next morning, it becomes known that Choi's uncle has passed away and she is going to the funeral. A crowd of guards, including Kim, go after the woman to protect her if necessary. After meeting Choi face to face, the bodyguard hands the woman a pen and asks her to use it in case of danger. There is a transmitter inside, so when he clicks, he will hear a sound, and when he clicks twice, he will receive a notification that she is in danger and will come running to help. A little later, the woman presses the handle, which allows Kim to hear everything that is happening around her. Choi meets with people, and one of them presses the handle, breaking the connection. Believing that the woman is in danger, Kim rushes to the rescue. The former mercenary beats up a number of guards to get to Choi and make sure she's okay. At the same time, a fire is set in the office to set off the alarm. Everyone flees the office in a panic, and Kim appears behind the woman and hides her from the water with an umbrella so that she can tidy herself up and not be afraid of anything. Back at the house, Kim continues to monitor Anna and ensure her safety. Knowing that the girl loves to eat delicious food, the bodyguard leaves everything necessary in the kitchen, which pleases Anna. A little later, Kim receives a call and goes to the elevator on a secret floor that only Choi has access to. It is here that a woman gathers people close to her to discuss a plan of revenge against Park and anyone who is capable of harming her family. Kim meets with Choi a few minutes later, and the woman tries to find out why the mercenary hates Park and dreams of taking his life. Being sincere, the former mercenary tells that in Iraq he had a girlfriend named Rania. She was a translator during the arms deal and knew too much, Park ordered her life to be taken. Shortly after, the Iraqi government arrested Kim crying over the body of a deceased woman and accused him of a bad act he did not commit. After being injured, he escaped and returned to Korea, and now he knows that Park is behind everything that happened then and dreams of taking revenge on him. At night, Anna cannot sleep and uses the guard's clothes to escape from the house. Towards morning, the girl gets to the place where she lived as a child and succumbs to pleasant childhood memories when she helped her mother cook dinner. Kim returns home and notices that the girl is missing. He informs the head of security about this, and he uses his sources to find Anna. As it turned out, the girl paid for a taxi ride with a card at night, which allows her to determine her exact location. Anna visits a sick woman in the hospital who does not respond to her appearance. Security arrives at the hospital, but the girl disguises herself as a nurse and escapes unnoticed. Anna goes to church and pretends to be one of the nuns. The girls sing a song, and Chan notices his daughter among the nuns and is surprised, not understanding what she is doing there. The guards keep a close eye on Anna, but she still manages to escape from the church. Kim rushes after the girl, and one of the nuns hands him a note left by Anna for her father. From the note, it becomes clear that the girl blames Chan for what happened to her mother. He dreamed of being president, but Anna does not want to take part in this and still misses her mother. Chan tells Choi everything, and she supports the man, believing that a career is more important than a disobedient daughter who is not able to obey the orders of her father or stepmother. Meanwhile, Anna goes to kindergarten, where her mother and father took her as a child. She was happy about every little thing and still misses that time, but now it's in the past. Girls walking nearby take selfies, and this helps the guards figure out Anna. Hurrying to the park, Kim buys 2 cups of ice cream and sits down next to the girl to support and listen to her. Anna eats ice cream with strawberries, but it turns out that she is allergic and begins to suffocate. Grabbing Anna in her arms, Kim hurries to the car, after which they go to the nearest clinic. Soon the girl wakes up in the ward, and the bodyguard decides to talk to the head of the guard to understand why he did not warn him about the allergy in advance. Choi visits Anna and declares that the father does not care about his own daughter, and the touching note did not impress. Soon, Kim returns to the girl's room and asks Choi to leave so as not to provoke her stepdaughter into conflict. Sometime later, Chan speaks to the audience, claiming that he is ready for a political race. Kim notices suspicious characters among the guests, but it turns out that they are provocateurs who throw chicken eggs at Chan. Despite their antics, the candidate asks to let the lawbreaker go because they are free and can express their opinions, which is sincerely appreciated. A couple of hours later, it becomes clear that these people were paid by Chan himself and staged a provocation only to raise his authority in front of journalists and residents of South Korea. After the performance, Chan goes to the bathroom, where he is attacked by a traitorous guard. Kim heard everything that was happening thanks to the listening pen, so he manages to break into the bathroom in time and save the presidential candidate. The bodyguard takes Chan home, and on the way shouts at the politician to take care of his daughter because she sincerely adores him. Chan realizes that Kim cares about his daughter and asks him to protect her so that it doesn't happen. Upon returning home, her father meets Anna and hugs her, barely holding back tears. Choi watches the touching family scene through the camera and laughs at her weakling husband. The next morning, Park's head of security meets with him and informs him that a professional bodyguard has appeared in the opposing team, which prevents all problems from being solved. Meanwhile, the secretary informs Choi that Anna's photo continues to gain popularity on the web and may be used as a book cover. Kim continues to guard Anna and admits that he promised Chan to protect the girl so that no one could offend her. Meanwhile, an old man calls the press and tells them where Anna lives. Choi learns from the secretary that the girl and her guard were caught in the camera lens, which endangers Anna's life and Chan's reputation by hiding his daughter from the public. Kim receives new instructions from the head of security and strangles to unconsciousness a journalist watching Anna's window. There are a lot of journalists around, so the bodyguard teaches the girl special signs so that she can follow his instructions. A little later, the girl goes to the press, and Choi sees it. The stepmother tries to protect her stepdaughter from interrogation, and Anna loses consciousness due to camera flashes. At night, Kim continues to watch the girl sitting on the roof and almost falls down when she notices him. Soon they sit down together and start talking, trying to support each other in a difficult moment. In the morning, it becomes known that one of the employees of Choi's office is a traitor who serves the park. He brings Kim's dossier to a competitor, and Park laughs when he learns that he is a former mercenary who served in Iraq. Anna changes her attitude towards the servants and invites them to the dining table. At first, the staff is shocked, but later realizes that the girl is getting better and they don't to be afraid of her. Anna understands that the staff needs rest and offers to take a vacation. The guard admits that they cannot do this, as they will be executed for insubordination. At the same time, Kim is arguing with Choi, realizing that she is only using him by pressing on unpleasant memories of the wound. Anna goes to the gym and meets with a martial arts coach. After changing clothes, the girl learns to fight in order to stand up for herself in the future. The coach explains that it is not the strength of the opponent that is important, but the accuracy of the blow and the speed of the decisions made. Meanwhile, Choi goes down to the first floor of the office and meets Song, his stepbrother, who supports not Chan in the election race, but his direct competitor Park. A little later, Song communicates with his niece and Kim, claiming that he will not harm the girl, but rather, on the contrary, wants to protect her from her evil stepmother. Soon, Anna disappears, and Kim rushes to find her, but to no avail. He calls the head of security, and all subordinates start looking for the girl, trying to determine her exact location. After receiving the coordinates, Kim goes to the beach house and meets Sun. There is also a security guard, a cook, and other servants who came here to have a little rest. In the evening, Song and Kim communicate, and the man confesses to the guard that he wants to take away his sister's security company, since she despises her activities and does not develop a profitable business. Trusting no one, Kim teaches Anna how to use a walkie-talkie and asks her to contact him if necessary. In the evening, the girl uses a walkie-talkie, but the bodyguard does not answer, since he fell asleep on the swing. Anna is in a romantic mood and decides to cover the man with a blanket, but he suddenly wakes up because of a nightmare about the deceased Rania. Realizing that he scared the girl, Kim calms her down and apologizes for his reaction. A little later, Kim embarks on a dangerous mission, during which Choi's sniper takes the life of a competitor's guard. Kim chases after the fleeing Park and finds him in the office. The man dreams of taking the life of a man because of whom Rinya is dead, but Park begs to spare him and promises a generous reward. Kim shoots at the ceiling, but saves the man's life, realizing that revenge will not change anything. While Jang continues to lead the race and Choi makes plans behind his back, Kim returns home and hugs Anna, who worried about him throughout the mission. After returning home, Jung slaps his wife in the face, as he found out about the assassination attempt on Park, and the journalists also know about it. Chan would like to kick his wife out of the house, but cannot do so because of the prenuptial agreement, and the agreement as a result of which the politician may suffer greatly. In the evening, Anna calls Kim and offers her help, knowing that he has a minor back injury. The girl treats the wounds of the bodyguard, after which the couple takes a blanket and goes up to the roof. At some point, they experience a romantic mood and embrace, continuing to get to know each other better. The man admits that he fled from the government, which dreams of taking his life, and hid in the shadows for a long time. Anna supports him and hugs him even more, which is very pleasant for Kim. The next morning, he goes to the company's office and notices that the guards react positively to his appearance. After meeting with Choi, Kim learns that the woman has made him the new head of security, and the subordinates are just showing their respect. Anna and Sun visit the grave of the girl's mother. A little later, the girl goes to prison to see the man who took her mother's life. The man admits that he did not commit it and only witnessed it, since Choi actually did it. A little later, Anna goes to a fashion show and acts as a sad angel with white wings. Sun continues to take care of his niece and spend as much time with her as possible. He invites Anna to a TV program to talk about the bad deed against her mother, and also takes the girl to the police station to reopen the case and find the real culprit. After the dialogue with Anna, the police chief calls Park and reports on their conversation. Choi ends up in the hospital due to ill health and fatigue. Sun visits his stepsister and offers to give up the management of the security company. When Choi refuses, he promises to put her in jail for taking Anna's mother's life by taking her place. Choi reports that this is not possible, as she has handed over the management of the company to Kim. Soon she appears in front of journalists and tells them that she has done terrible things, for which she will have to be punished. Soon, the police arrange a confrontation between Choi and the prisoner, at which the lawbreaker recognizes the woman and confirms that she took the life of Anna's mother. Anna visits her mother's grave and meets Choi, who also arrived here. The girl says she will ask Kim to take her stepmother's life, as she is a real lawbreaker. Choi is sure that this will not happen, because the bodyguard works for her. Moreover, he loved only Rania from Iraq and will stay in Korea to take revenge on Park. As for Anna, she is just entertainment, but nothing more, because Kim still lives with thoughts of her only beloved, who is not alive. Meanwhile, Kim meets with Park and warns that sooner or later he will take revenge on him anyway. Moreover, the presidential candidate has plenty of other enemies ready to take his life. Park goes to the hospital to get checked out and hide from the people who have declared a hunt for him. At this time, Song gathers people to make a decision about the future fate of Park and Choi. Meanwhile, Kim tries to steal the chip that stores information about Park's case, but his son and the guards prevent the bodyguard. Soon, Park's son has to flee, but Kim easily copes with the guards and catches up with him, when suddenly he gets shot in the back. The wounded Kim is brought to the office of the security company, and it is understood that his condition is extremely serious. During the operation, the doctors remove the bullet from the bodyguard's body and see that his pulse has disappeared. The former mercenary loses his life, but the doctors begin to fight for his life and use a defibrillator, thanks to which they save Kim. Song learns that the guard survived and continues to hold secret meetings, which Choi knows nothing about. At the same time, Choi sends a message to everyone who is present at the meeting, hinting that she will not allow plans to be made behind her back. When Kim wakes up, he asks to see the footage from the camera in his room. He sees that Anna visited him and cried, hoping that the man would recover as soon as possible. Here she was, met by Choi, who began to threaten her stepdaughter, knowing that the chip with evidence of her guilt had disappeared. Kim meets with Choi and informs him that he has enough evidence to defend himself and send her to jail. Sleep and the guard arrives at the company's office, where he sees a secret box. They go to a secret room and meet a wounded Kim and Choi there. The dream informs that there is an explosive thing in the box that will explode if the stepsister does not agree to cooperate. Park contacts Choi via video link, and it becomes clear that Park and Song are accomplices. All exits to the office are closed, so the people inside become hostages. Choi promises the guards a generous reward if they rebel against Sonia and take of life Sonia. The man fears for his life and reports that he is the only one who can defuse it. Meanwhile, Anna goes to the airport and thinks about whether she should leave South Korea in search of a better life. The dream takes the life of the director of the company, and Kim goes in search of the chip. One of the mercenaries chases him and beats him up in order to take the chip for himself and inform Park about it. The deputy candidate orders Kim's execution, but the former head of security manages to shoot the mercenary and to save. Kim calls Park back and informs him that his man has lost his life, and he still has the compromising chip. After meeting with Chan, Kim informs him that there is an ambush in the office, and all the guards have gone over to Sun's side. Kim arrives at Park's office and takes the lives of several guards. Meanwhile, Park calls Chan and informs him that his daughter is being held hostage and offers to exchange the chip for Anna's life. Meanwhile, one of Choi's secretaries infiltrates the office, taking the lives of several guards and taking with him a company of trained soldiers. The martial arts coach rescues Anna and takes her to a safe place. Here, the girl realizes that it was this man who saved her when she was little. Kim takes the lives of all the guards, except one. The man asks not to take his life, as he is an explosive thing and can explode if he gets stabbed. Choi's secretary and soldiers sneak into the office, taking the lives of anyone who gets in their way. Soon, Chan and the wounded Kim arrive at the company, whose condition can be called critical. Despite her weakness, Kim finds Anna, who is again captured by the guards, and takes the lives of several of them. Using gestures, he tells the girl how to move so that he can shoot at the remaining opponents. Chung is ready to give the chip to Choi, provided that they get divorced. Choi lies and convinces her husband that she did not commit that she is accused of. Anna goes upstairs, but is immediately captured by her uncle. Song threatens the girl's life and shoots Choi, taking her life. Sleep tries to defuse the explosive thing, but it's useless because the mechanism is broken. The power goes out in the office, so Kim tries to get into the building through a rope in the elevator. Song shoots Kim in the leg, after which Chan realizes that he was a bad father. He asks the bodyguard to continue protecting his daughter, after which he sacrifices himself and drags the explosive box into an armored room. Sun tries to escape through the elevator, but says goodbye to his life at the hands of a secretary who used a silenced pistol for revenge. Anna becomes the sole heir of her late parents, and Kim pleases his colleagues as he managed to survive the explosion and several bullet wounds. Park commits suicide, and Kim and Anna leave for Iraq to remove false accusations of a case that the mercenary did not commit. Kim becomes free and promises Anna to make her happy. A couple understands that now nothing and no one will interfere with their happiness.